I spent the last decade working in cybersecurity for global companies, and there's always been one truth. Every new wave of technology kills some jobs but creates others. Right now, AI is replacing some of the entry-level jobs, but don't worry, because in this video, I'm going to show you 5 cybersecurity jobs that are going to explode in demand in this new AI era. My name's AJ, I've been in cybersecurity for the last 10 years, and on this channel, I teach all things cybersecurity for beginners, so let's get into it. Before I reveal the 5 AI cybersecurity jobs that will be created, there was some great research that was done by the cloud security guy. I'll link his video in the description, where he's gone through in more detail about the tech job market in 2025 and how AI is reshaping jobs in tech. And as you can see here, if we scroll down to this section here, entry-level hiring has collapsed by 73.4% as AI impacts traditional career starting points. Now, I don't want this to scare you, but this is just the data that is out there. AI capabilities is increasing, and it's going to be targeting many industries, and especially the tech industry, where your more traditional, maybe administrative roles, for example, are going to be done by these AI and workflow automation tools. But again, I don't want this to scare you. As you can see here, there is an AI boom, and job titles containing AI have seen a huge increase of 7x in 2025. So even though jobs are being taken, it looks like there are jobs that are being added as well. And this is no different in cybersecurity. So first of all, then, the first job that is being created and is going to be changing is that of a SOC analyst, and it's going to become more of an AI SOC analyst or cybersecurity analyst role. And this is how I actually see the future of cybersecurity security operations center teams. You'll have a SOC manager who's going to be hiring and managing an AI team lead. This AI team lead is going to be managing human analysts, human engineers, but also AI agent analysts as well. They're going to be expected most likely to often build these AI agent analysts using workflow automation tools like Tines and Talk, for example, and they're going to be expected to manage them to make sure that they're taking the correct actions. And often what they're going to be doing is taking the more level 1 and level 2 decisions, maybe blocking IP addresses, taking certain actions on phishing emails, maybe blocking user accounts, for example. They're going to begin with very low-level decisions, and it may stay like that for some time until we've understood their capability and have more confidence in them. But then these AI team leads are also going to manage human analysts as well, and these human analysts will continue to be like what I am, a senior cybersecurity analyst, but we're going to have a tool set, an AI tool set. So we'll have our own agents for threat hunting, for example, to perform phishing email analysis, and even to perform threat intelligence. And now I've even got AI projects on this channel, and I show you how to build your own phishing email analyzer with something like Tines as well. So this is where I see the Security Operations Center cybersecurity analyst role heading to, this more kind of AI hybrid role. And there'll also be engineers as well within that team as well, who will also have their own AI agent tools. There'll be AI agents for detection engineering, and even AI agents for SIEM health checks. But if you can imagine any process in the security operations center, I feel that there will be parts of this that will be able to be done by these AI agents. But this is where the opportunity is, that you can become, for example, an AI team lead that understands how to build these agents and understand how to automate some of the processes in the security operations center. When you're in an interview, if you can start to talk about these different types of agents and how you would implement them, how you would use them to speed up certain processes, then these are the things that are going to really help you stand out. The kind of traditional analyst role will still be required, so maybe like an instant response, but within that now you're going to be expected to understand how to use these AI agents to speed up the processes, but also decrease the chance that a company can be breached by introducing these tools to be able to respond much faster. And I like this little snippet here, where this is where we're moving from your traditional kind of automation, and automation is more of the step-by-step robotic process, but we're moving towards these AI agents who are going to act more like junior analysts and junior professionals who can actually reason and act and take decisions across different scenarios. This kind of leans more into the AI SOC analyst. So imagine a security information event management tool. This is a tool that all cybersecurity analysts are using. Traditionally, you would have had the logs sent to Elastic. Then you would have had correlation rules detecting malicious activity in these logs, sending the alert to an analyst who would be expected to either escalate it as a cyber attack or close it out as a false positive, which means that the rule fired incorrectly and the traffic wasn't malicious, and then to improve the rule. Now these tools like Tines are going to be implemented at different parts of these processes that will then be able to help the analyst to review the alert before actually sending it to the analyst, or maybe even escalating it directly to the analyst as it believes that it could be something that needs to be escalated to a cyber attack, and to begin the instant response process. And again, I've got a video on this channel that actually teaches you exactly step by step how to build this project, and I'll link it at the end of the video. Where I think the opportunities now is to become a cybersecurity analyst, but have the ability to build each one of these AI agents and also manage each one of these AI agents for different processes in the Security Operations Center. So job 2 then is that of an AI threat modeler. And what this role is going to be is somebody that can go into a company and actually perform threat analysis on the tools and the AI tools that are within a company to make sure that they're being secured correctly. Because a lot of these companies are going to implement these LLM and AI-based tools, even agents, and they're not going to know how to secure them. So you could be somebody that could go into a company, audit them, provide a threat model on those tools so that a company understands how to secure them effectively. And a really good framework for this is the MITRE Atlas. And as you can see here, what this is detailing the steps that an attacker will take when they try to actually compromise a LLM or a AI agent tool. And they go from all the way from reconnaissance all the way to impact, and within those steps are particular techniques. So for example, poisoning training data. This is going to help you understand what that is, and it's going to help you understand how to actually threat model against these AI-based tools. Because ultimately, as these new tools get implemented, new systems get implemented, attackers will always try to compromise them. And now this is where a lot of the data is going to be held. So it's going to be even more interesting for an attacker to try and compromise these new tools, because there's going to be more of this sensitive data available to them to actually exfiltrate out. So AI Threat Modeler is another tool that I recommend looking in, another job that I think is going to be created. You'll also see the OWASP top 10 for large language model applications. It's going to go through some of the most common attack vectors that can impact these AI-based tools. You can see things like prompt injection, insecure output handling, even denial of service, and even like training the data and data poisoning, poisoning the training data like I previously mentioned. Job 3 then is actually an AI red team specialist. So we have the cybersecurity analyst who is more on the blue team, who is looking to try and defend these AI agents and AI tools. Well, we're also going to need red teamers then who are going to specialize in actually trying to compromise these tools. And what this will be then is that you'll often have an internal red team who may attempt, for example, prompt injection on an LLM tool, and then they'll try and exfiltrate that sensitive data. If they are successful, they'll then provide a report to the company just to let them know how they were able to compromise this tool and how that company can actually improve their overall security posture around these LLM and AI agent tools. So whereas a threat modeler would actually be assessing these different tools and assessing different attack vectors, these AI red team specialists will actually be attacking these tools in order to get them to produce or release sensitive information that they otherwise shouldn't have done. So job 4 then is that of an AI team lead. So we mentioned this at the start of the video, but this is to do within a security operations center. There will also be other teams that likely will have team leads that you will also be able to incorporate this into as well, maybe even something like GRC or compliance. But these AI team leads, they're going to be expected to manage human analysts, but they're also going to be expected to manage these workflow automations as well. And this is an example of one in Elastic. So Elastic SIEM is a very popular SIEM that is out there, and they have partnered with Tines, which is a workflow automation tool and one of these AI-based workflow automation tools. And as you can see here then, this workflow is creating a case, send an alert to Slack. But as you can see here, it's looking the IP up in an IP reputation check tool, checking if it's malicious, and actually performing the block on a firewall. So these type of things used to be traditionally done by the analyst and maybe more of a junior analyst. But now these workflow automation tools are going to start to automate a lot of these. And the AI team lead is going to be expected to maybe create a lot of these workflows so that they can automate certain processes in the security operations center. But they'll also be expected to manage them as well to make sure that they're performing the actions that are expected and that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So to be an AI team lead, or even to be more of an expert in these workflow automation tools, start to look into Tines, start to look into Elastic and Tines and how they've partnered together to provide the ability to actually automate a lot of these workflow automations. And Tines actually have this really good SOC automation capability matrix. And in here, a lot of these are the different processes that you'll often get in a security operations center. And what they're trying to do here then is help to automate those. So if we go into phishing alerts and reports, so phishing email analysis, again, traditionally done by a human analyst, but now the more kind of low level, maybe phishing emails, or if you've got a phishing mailbox that has just got too many emails to sort through, this is where these workflow automation tools will come in handy. And as you can see here then, if you click into one of these workflow automations, Tines actually has some pre-built workflow automation tools, workflow automations that you can jump straight into and start using now. Like you can see, these are all pre-built, and you can import it directly into Tines and start working with these workflow automations very quickly. But if you are looking for the next opportunity, it's definitely learning how to build these workflow automations in the context of a security operations center. Because if you're going to interviews and you speak about these workflow automations, or even if you can build AI agents that can perform a lot of these tasks, this is what's going to help you stand out. And this is what a lot of cybersecurity professionals now, even with experience, like people like myself, are starting to learn now. So this could actually help you stand out over other cybersecurity professionals who've got experience but don't have these skills. And I actually know of somebody who was let go because they didn't have these skills, and this was somebody who, as a cybersecurity professional, did have experience in cybersecurity but was lacking these new workflow automation and AI skills. So it goes to show that you could actually stand out over people with experience. And finally then, job 5, a cybersecurity AI consultant. So this could actually be seen as maybe potentially your own business as well, or it could be a role that is actually created for companies where you could actually work as a consultant for them. But you could also see this as your own business, where you could be kind of a third-party consultant, and you have your own business where you could actually be building all of these AI SOC workflows, for example, maybe performing audits on their LLM and AI agent tools to make sure they're secure, and for example providing these threat modeling services. So you're going into a company, assessing all of the AI tools that they've just implemented, making sure they're secure, mapping them against the MITRE ATT&CK Atlas framework to make sure that there isn't any techniques in there that attackers could use to compromise these tools. There's many different services that you could provide for these AI tools. Even as a red team specialist, maybe become a red team consultant and you try to breach these AI-based tools and then provide a report to the company with some updates that you recommend. So, of course, if this is an area that you want to want to go down, you're going to first have to learn a lot of these skills, but then you're going to need to try to market your skills, maybe even post to things like LinkedIn, post on YouTube just to show what you can actually do. But ultimately, you're first going to need to learn the tools, and then you're going to need to learn how to market yourself. But this is your own business, and that comes with some of its own challenges. But I definitely do see the future for having some cybersecurity AI consultants. So now what should you do now to capitalize on this opportunity? Well, you still need to learn the fundamentals, so hugely important to learn your networking and cybersecurity fundamentals and specific job skills and home projects. So let's say that you do decide that you want to become a cybersecurity analyst. You're still going to require to understand the roles and the skills of an analyst and maybe even do some home projects like setting up your own SIEM at home. But then you want to filter into, once you've picked one of these areas, let's say you want to be a cybersecurity analyst, now pick the AI area of that job. So if it's cybersecurity analyst, learn how to build these workflow automation tools using Tines, for example, to automate certain processes in a security operations center, and learn and do the home projects related to the AI portion of that role. Then build your proof publicly. So start posting to LinkedIn, build your e-portfolio. You can even be recording yourself on YouTube, putting yourself out there with blogs, just step-by-step guidance on what you're currently doing. This is going to allow you to stand out and even display your e-portfolio when it comes to interviews and comes to job applications. And then step 4, then you really want to market yourself as a cybersecurity professional who has these AI skills. So displaying them in your e-portfolio, posting to LinkedIn, even talking to other people in the industry, going to meetups, networking events. Even at these networking events, you might find some companies there who are trying to get into these kind of AI based tools, or are unsure because they're not sure how to secure them. Just start speaking to other people in the industry, other companies, and you could ultimately find yourself landing the role of maybe a consultant, or even a job that they haven't even created yet, because they haven't thought about that they need maybe an AI consultant to understand how to secure these tools. Now, there's a lot of opportunity here. I don't want you to think that the entry-level roles are disappearing. While some of them might be, there's other roles that are going to be created, and it might be in the standard of these roles, but I actually think that's a good thing, because a lot of these more junior roles are not as interesting as a lot of these new roles that are going to come through anyway. So to conclude then, you now know 5 cybersecurity AI jobs that are going to be created in this new wave of cybersecurity and AI. Now, if you want to go and start your first cybersecurity AI project, I recommend going to watch this video next. I want to say thank you for watching. I'll see you over there.